Have you ever felt like the deeper you think, the further you drift from everyone else? Like the more you understand, the fewer people want to listen. It's not your imagination. History, psychology, and human nature all point to one hard truth. Society doesn't just misunderstand deep thinkers, it resists them. From Socrates to Hypatia, from Galileo to Alan Turing, the world has a long tradition of silencing those who see too much, too soon. Not because they were wrong, but because they made others uncomfortable. Arthur Schopenhauer believed that intelligence isn't a blessing. It's a burden, a clarity that comes at the price of isolation. But why does deep thinking so often lead to walking alone? When you stand next to someone physically strong, you admire their power. When you meet someone wealthy, you might envy them, but you don't question your own worth. But when you encounter someone intellectually sharper, something different happens. A deep thinker doesn't just offer new ideas. They reflect back to others what they refuse to see in themselves. Without even trying, they make people confront their own limits, and human beings rarely forgive that feeling. Strength, beauty, wealth, these are external. They don't attack who we believe we are. But intelligence is personal. We define ourselves by what we think and know, and when someone questions that foundation, it feels like a personal attack, even when it's not. It goes deeper than pride. Our ancestors survived by belonging to the group. Being accepted meant safety, while standing out could mean exile. Our brains evolved to prioritize belonging over truth. And today, when a deep thinker shakes up the status quo, people react as if facing a threat, not an opportunity. Fear doesn't ask if something is true, it asks if something is safe. In our modern world, this ancient wiring is amplified. Social media rewards simplicity and outrage, not deep thought. Education systems praise memorization, not critical questioning. Workplaces promote those who maintain order, not those who challenge it. In a world built for speed and comfort, depth often feels like a threat. History proves it. Socrates was executed for corrupting the youth. He simply taught them to think. Galileo was placed under house arrest for daring to say the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. Turing cracked Nazi codes but died a criminal because society feared his difference. Their ideas shaped the future, but in their own time, they were punished for seeing further than the rest. Deep thinkers aren't antisocial. True understanding isolates. When you see past the surface, past small talk, appearances, lies, it gets harder to connect. Schopenhauer said, "The more a man knows, the lonelier he becomes, because with knowledge comes the painful awareness of how little most people want to see." So what's the answer? Give up? Hide your thoughts? Number. Choose wisely where you share your depth. You don't need to be understood by everyone, just by a few who see the world with the same clarity. Embrace solitude, not as punishment, but as freedom. Remember, throughout history, the minds who stood alone today built the bridges others walk across tomorrow. If you feel isolated because of your thoughts, you're not broken. You're just ahead of your time.